Redditors from foreign countries, what's something us Americans aren't ready to hear? Lobbying is essentially legal bribery. It baffles me how every elected official is essentially sponsored by a bunch of companies or movements that are essentially corporations in disguise. Also, corporations don't care about you at all. American bathroom stalls are exposed as frick. A grown man could crawl under one of them and the vertical gap has a big enough gap to make full-on eye contact with anyone walking by. Poop in with pepper spray ready. The quality of your fast food is absolutely horrible compared to that of Canada's. I'm referring to the same chains, Burger King, McDonald's etc. Yes, I am visiting the US from Australia and was surprised to find that the food quality at McDonald's and KFC is nowhere near as good as at home. A lot of your favorite food brands make better versions of their products here. America often gets the short end of the stick. American living in Germany can confirm Philadelphia cream cheese is so much better here. Your lack of a cohesive trade union movement screws your lowest income workers and encourages your political parties to pander only to the elite. It's what happens when corporations can legally pay politicians to make policy. Treating your president like someone you worship is bizarre. Politicians should be boring people who make rational decisions. You live in the main global superpower, a country that can wipe a lot of other places off the map. Your country has so much wealth, yet people die of easily treatable health problems because they can't afford to go to the doctor. A lot of the countries most Americans likely consider underdeveloped have better access to healthcare than you. It's horrifying. Many Americans are aware of this and are equally horrified, but feel trapped due to finances or other obligations, like family. It's awful. The church and the rest of the world looks at the American evangelical right and cannot understand how you get from love one another to where you guys are at. This is not limited to the USA. Evangelism is big in Latin America, with them controlling politics and scamming people out of their money. If any other country had kids pledge allegiance every morning at school and play the national anthem before every single sporting event, you'd joke they were as bad as North Korea. It always weirds me out when the kids say it in movies and on TV. It's very cult-like. Also, it makes no sense because it talks about one nation under God, which contradicts the Constitution which provides for freedom of religion and separation of church and state. Apparently they aren't ready to hear that people from countries that aren't America don't consider themselves as being from foreign countries. An American asked me about my experience as a minority in my own country, where we are the majority. Single-payer healthcare systems work. It's abhorrent that there are many people who have to choose between going bankrupt and seeking healthcare. Facts. Your voting system is unfair, obsolete and less democratic than most countries. Your bipartidanism is the reason why you don't have the quality of life that most first world countries guarantee. Your media is as brainwashy as corrupt. Brainwashy is a cute way to word something so bleak. Makes the pill a little easier to swallow. 1. Many first world countries get minimum 4 weeks of paid vacation leave for employees and paid maternity leave, even for the father. 2. Free healthcare. Many third world countries too. Freedom of speech does not mean freedom to talk as loudly as you want on tourist buses so that other people cannot hear the commentary over the earphones, and then, when the non-American tourist looks at you pleadingly, talk even louder, and then when you get off the bus, yell out at you. This is America, the land of free speech. This happened to me in NYC. The land of free volume 2. You guys need more than 2 major parties. In fact, you need an entire range, left, center right and right. Democracy means that you need to give the people a better freedom of choice than just choosing a different side of the same coin. Redditors from foreign counties, LOL. You do realize the internet space is shared and we don't need a visa to enter Reddit, right? Your freedom of being able to do whatever the heck you want within the confines of the law is how every single country's law works. Population wise, you make up less than 5% of the world. You are proud to work long hours at work. Healthcare is a bad joke. To be honest, working overtime is the only way I've been keeping myself afloat. You're consumerist. Every year should have higher profits than the last. Way of life is unsustainable on a global scale and should be abandoned soon. American high school culture is infantilizing and weird. Your politics are unironically basically indistinguishable in action. Y'all are voting for and getting angry about two flavors of the same ideology. Your struggles and suffering are legitimate. They truly are. And I hope things turn out okay. But the next time I hear one of you fricks say you're a third world country with a Gucci belt, I'm gonna finance a military coup on your country and sell its infrastructure to someone else. Empires last 250 years. How old is the US again? They usually collapse because the dominant class gets too greedy. How have the billionaires and political elite been treating y'all? The philosophy of growth at any cost is that of a cancer cell. I have had cancer. Canadian here. Just because we are your quiet neighbors don't mean all our store brands and lifestyles, music and media come from you. My cousins from the East Coast was in a shopping mall with me, and they made a few comments about the clothes stores and food places must be subted cause they never heard of these no-name stores. It's almost like you're in a different countries with different businesses and different owners with different laws, saying that we play their music. LOL, the Shawn Mendes was on, yet not a majority of people are out partying cause of the Super Bowl weekend. Like yeah, Alberta may be the Texas of Canada, but in reality it's pretty much Letterkenny. Non-Americans are not foreigners on the internet unless they're physically in a country they are not native to. If you tell me you're Polish, but you were born in USA, never went to Poland, never learned the language and you don't give a frick, yeah, you're not Polish, you're American. Same goes for any other nationality. I swear that whenever I go in a Discord call and people ask where I am from and I reply with Scottish, they go through their family tree trying to name all their Scottish ancestors. People don't wear shoes inside the house. There are different types of bananas. Selling unpasteurized milk is not illegal. People don't randomly say sir madam at the end of sentence. Kids don't drive to school. Orson NZ would like to speak about driving to school. You guys used to be like the cool older cousin that would come round, have the coolest clothes, best music, always just the best. Now you are some coked out M-head trying to sell weird crap and preach Jesus where he don't belong and no one wants you to come over anymore. The American dream became the American nightmare a long time ago. School shootings are an almost uniquely American problem. The rest of the world are disgusted. Truly, the need for children to practice active shooter drills is an unfathomable sci-fi dystopian horror for us. Paying for stuff from your taxes for the benefit of everyone isn't communism. If it were, every nation on earth would be communist, including your own. You're eating crap that's illegal to sell in most civilized countries. Also, you're eating it like you have medical insurance. You are not the greatest nation of the world. A majority of your people suffer from preventable stuff like having no healthcare. You can look over to your neighbors in the north and see a functional, mandatory healthcare system flourish, yet tell yourself it's bad because of your irrational fear of socialism. You could really use some of that. Oh, and also you kinda worship your celebrities like gods. That's weird. Just because your grandma or whatever was Irish, Italian, German, etc., that doesn't mean you're Irish, Italian, German, etc. And that's okay. Most of the rest of the world is at least bilingual or multilingual. Our food is of a much better quality. Buildings too. You're getting ripped off in almost every aspect of your life. Your veneration of the super rich is laughable. Your education system sucks. You are not the good guys in a lot of countries. No matter how much you try to spin it or try to make excuses for it, you have no leg to stand on when talking about moral superiority and bringing down other cultures and societies when yours is similar to those B, played a role in radicalizing those societies, or C, literally worse than those you think you're superior over. Your obsession with race and culture wars is weird. The amount of times I research a modern conflict war somewhere in the world, I find out that America had a hand in it and purposefully fricked said country over, oftentimes because of money resources. Absolutely disgusting. Bernie Sanders is not a communist. UPD, there go my 1K and silver virginities. Didn't see that coming. UPD 2, there goes gold as well. I wanna say something original but can't come up with anything, sorry. As a Canadian, he's more like Captain Obvious. I think this doesn't belong to Not Ready to Hear, but just want to say you are the world's mass shooting capital, and I really feel bad for the victims. You are not entitled to complain about us not speaking English in European countries, even though it's unoften, especially in cities. You are the one who came. You are the one who learn. It's like if I go to New York and I make a scene if you don't speak in Bulgarian. Also, the "This is America, speak English" thing is absolutely insane. It's rude enough that you're complaining to people that you're having trouble eavesdropping on them, but you're also telling people how to talk in the country that you claim has the most freedom. This is really awkward to write down, but it's something I've thought about for a while now. You are quite okay with children getting shot every once in a while. All in all, you value your freedom regarding guns higher than some lives of mostly innocent humans. Otherwise you would certainly do something about it. From the outside it seems like the same outcry followed by no substantial action after every massacre. I know it's more complicated than that there are different state legislatures, individual factors, good guys with guns, different opinions on gun laws etc etc. But in the end, it seems like as a society you are kind of okay with some children getting shot every other month or week or so. I'm surprised I had to scroll so far down to find this. The whole gun issue in America is absolutely nuts. Your left-wing party is a right-wing party, or perhaps centrist, and your right-wing party is often just religious extremist. Yeah, the US really only have a right-wing party and a ridiculously right-wing party. Also, liberal refers to right-wing politics in most of the world. My great-grandfather's brother's Titch's wife's aunt's dog once visited Glasgow, so I'm Scottish is how Americans sound when they claim to be from a European country. You think you're the greatest country in the world, but in so many ways you're really not. There are many good things about your country, in the same way that there are many good things about most countries, but in many ways you're the laughingstock of the world. Americans not ready to hear that there are way too many Ask Reddits about how the rest of us feel about America. You seem like a decent bunch, but now please jog on. 1. Your country is very far from being number one in most important rankings. 2. Get your crap together domestically before playing world police. While I am thankful for some things you did in the past, your imperialist shenanigans are responsible for a myriad of bad things and your condescendence is unbearable at times. 3. Your fear of socialism is mind-boggling and funny to watch. The lower 90% of you would greatly benefit from socialized healthcare etc. But political fear-mongering has you keep catering to the rich. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.